And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows. In every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow.
Welcome back to another video, everyone, and today we are reviewing something a little bit outside of the usual. Now, it is not some heavy riff metal song. We are reviewing Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique. This song was released in 2001, part of the Revolutionary Volume 1 album. If you are not familiar with this song at all, please, viewer discretion is advised. This can be a very, very heavy song. Now, with that said, yes, I've heard this song many, many years ago, to be honest. I'll never forget the first time I heard this song. It was actually at a gathering. It was like 4 a.m. and this played, and safe to say that the whole vibe of the night changed after listening to this. If this is your first time listening to this song, another thing to mention is that no, this story is not directly true. But this story is actually based on true events. I was a big fan of Immortal Technique a long, long time ago. Now, this story is based off true events. Not saying necessarily that this actually happened, but something along the lines of this has taken place. And there are actually multiple people that have said this from Harlem many, many years ago. You can dig into that. Now, with all that aside, we're going to jump straight into this song. As I said before, viewer discretion is advised. If you are familiar with this song, then I'm sure you are very familiar with this melody. It is such a haunting piano. It is so simple, yet if you know the backstory behind this simple piano, it is a very, very haunting instrumental.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He fiended for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed.
Now, as you can hear by the style and the flow from Immortal, it is not your typical Harlem or New York early rap. Like, we're comparing this same era to Nas and a lot of other big people in the scene. Now, this song was primarily written to tell a story. That is it. It was never about the flow and the wordplay. It was to tell a story. But basically, this song was written in the manner of, you are going to reap what you sow. So if you go down the path of doing bad by other people and by yourself even, you are going to reap what you sow. So keep this in mind as you're listening. This is not your average early 2000s, late 90s wordplay sort of song. This is a very, very different vibe, as you can already imagine.
But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot.
Very, very haunting visuals, honestly. Even though they're so simple, it's the very eerie backlit visuals. that fit the vibe of this piano, as well as his vocal range as well. It's very, very dark. It's very gritty in a sense.
So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they...
So we have this breakaway from the piano, and it's a very, very haunting... I don't even know what instrument it is, to be completely honest, but it's very haunting, and you know the song is about to make a major change, right? Or so it feels as if that, like it's teasing something. We're going to go back a little bit.
Treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized that these confront like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only...
So we had this change from this haunting piano to this mellow, different style of flow, and then it comes back with the piano, and it comes in like exceptionally well. This song, like, we're just gonna keep this playing.
Minor offenses, ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance.
Ask someone doing life in prison if they had another chance, but then again, the wicked always knew in advance. So no matter what you're doing, if you're hurting someone or doing the wrong thing, you know deep down you shouldn't be doing that. You know there's going to be consequences. Whatever the consequences are, you know there's going to be consequences coming.
It's forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be...
Dance with the devil on a cold cell block. That is haunting for some reason. Dance with the devil on a cold cell block. I've personally never been incarcerated, but I'm sure people that have been would understand that, and really, I feel like that would really hit home. You know, you're alone in this cell, dealing with the consequences of your actions, and you're on this cold concrete floor, and you've got nothing but time.
God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on the way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed, so Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving, blood leaking through the cloth. She cried silently, and then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
The fact that he was able to rap this, and everyone at this venue, for example, when he plays this, whatever the case is, he's able to sing this, and everyone in the audience is like, "Oh yeah, this is good," and then this part of the song comes in and it's a bit like, ah.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
See, I think that was Nas right there. Let me just double check that.
Falling and I can't turn back.
I'm 90% sure that's Nas.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. Stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna have to go back and play that again. I'm just processing this.
And I can't turn back.
Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold. And so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows. In every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted.
Genuinely, I am like speechless. I do not remember it being like this at all. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap of this. So we have a greedy, misguided kid who starts obviously doing the wrong things, and through time he gets greedier and greedier and wants to have this platinum look about him and be with the tough guys, and he's almost in the crew, and they decide he has to rape someone and then kill them to get a spot in the crew. And he does it, and before he kills this person, he pulls off the mask and it's his own mother. And so he jumps off a roof and dies with no soul. I think this song is a perfect story for consequences, really. And consequences to specific actions, that is, not just any normal consequence. But I feel like a song this deep, and this is like a traumatizing song, do not get me wrong. Maybe my reaction wasn't that crazy, but I am just processing this song. Now I feel as if this would be perfect to be played to people that have done a stint in jail and they've reoffended and they're on like their second chance. And they're trying to live up to these expectations, or they're trying to do all this stuff. To listen to a song like this, I think it should be mandatory to listen to a song like this, so you can see, so that they can get a bigger picture of outcomes. Because let's be honest here, right? If you are doing the wrong thing, if you are out trapping shit that is killing people, and if you are out there hurting people, raping people, killing people, your time will come. Whether you believe that or not, karma is a real thing, and that will come back in this life or the next, to be honest. There's a line in this that stuck with me just from listening to it now. The devil grows inside of the selfish and wicked. And I do believe that. I genuinely do. And I've met people like that, and you can feel that energy on them. You can feel that grittiness and this sort of heavy weight about them. That is not a good thing. It's not nice to be around. Genuinely, that is just such a deep song. But I don't think it's a bad song by any means. I think it's a song that people need to listen to understand it. I genuinely think people need to be held accountable for their actions. Like Billy in this video clip, like Billy in this song, the end of it, right? His end goal was right there, being with the big dogs. And and in a change of one moment or one thing, he ends up killing himself, empty and cold. And so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. Think about that for a minute. Honestly, everyone, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. I might re-listen to this again and do some more thinking about this, because this is a deep song. This is a traumatizing song. For anyone here experiencing this song for the first time, I think it's a canon experience where everyone feels a certain way about this song for a certain amount of time, and it always sticks with them. Don't let it be a negative thing. Let it be a positive thing, and reinforce that, because frankly, yes, it's a depressing song. Yes, it is very, very messed up. Yes, it's traumatizing. But at the same time, you can look at it from the other perspective and know the things that you need to do to not be in a song like this or to not live experiences like this, because believe it or not, things like this do happen. Genuinely, there is a lot of messed up shit happening in the world right now, especially right now. And if you focus on only negative shit, you are going to be a negative person. That is going to be your state of mind. So do not let this song and do not let experiences shape your reality. We are going to wrap this one up here, guys. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got something from it. And we will see you in the next one. If you have any other songs you would like me to review, please leave a comment down below. We will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.